Hey, I'm Anna, and together with my husband Ole, we have traveled throughout the whole of Canada. We have visited Niagara, Toronto, Calgary, Banff and Jasper National Parks, Whistler and Vancouver. We have seen marvelous lakes, mountains and wildlife, cute little villages and big cities. Sometimes we have been amazed by the beauty of this country and sometimes not so pleasantly surprised. We have experienced 30 degrees Celsius temperature drops in just a few days this summer. We traveled by plane and by car, stayed in hotels and tried to eat good quality food as much as it was possible. And now we're here to show you everything. Let's discover Canada together.
As there are not a lot of high-quality lunch options here in the region, we came here to Fairmont Jasper Hotel and we're having some lunch here. I'm having a tomato soup and my husband is having a burger and it smells delicious. Bon appetit! Lunch here in Fairmont Jasper Hotel was absolutely delicious. I loved my tomato soup with a grilled cheese toast. It was so heartwarming on this cold day here in Jasper. My husband's burger was a good one as well. It's not like a special burger, but it's a really high quality, nice burger. Now I'm having a hot chocolate. My husband having a flat white. That's the size of flat white here in Canada. In Europe, usually we have flat white, which is 2 times smaller. And this is our hot brownie with a scoop of vanilla ice cream, which we've already tried, and it's beyond delicious. And I think that this is a really good idea to come here for lunch or for dinner if you are in a Jasper National Park, because the options in the Jasper town are really limited. Yesterday when we were walking around town, we didn't find any good restaurant. There were only fast food options, and well, those were really not good and not healthy and not high quality, food options. So our biggest recommendation is not to go to the Jasper town to eat or to do anything out there. There is nothing to do out there. The best idea is to come here to Fairmont Jasper and to enjoy the beautiful territory of the hotel and to enjoy a nice meal in here. Regarding the costs of this lunch, it is really not that expensive compared to prices in other restaurants in here in Canada. For example, the tomato soup that I had today with a grilled cheese sandwich was $26 before tax. And yesterday I had a pizza in Pizza Hut, which was a super low quality kind of food, and it was $22. So I think it's way better to eat something homemade and really high quality and good for your health in here. While we're finishing our lunch here in Fairmont Jasper Hotel, I wanted to say a few words about the accommodation that we found for our stay here in Jasper National Park and to give my recommendations about it. Firstly, we were looking at Fairmont Jasper when we planned coming here, but when we were booking our trip in February, no, it was still in January, we were booking our trip for June. All of the hotel rooms here in Fairmont were already booked. So we had to look for other options, and there are really not a lot of options in this region if you are looking for a hotel which will look nice, modern, clean, which will not have the rooms which are really dated and which will be tidy. There are not a lot of options. We went for the best option that was available, which was Best Western Hotel in Hinton. It is a 3-star hotel, but the price for a room in this hotel that we have
I would say it's too high for a three-star hotel. That's not normally what we will have to pay for a three-star hotel in Europe. So we paid about $300 for one night in that hotel with breakfast, and the breakfast in that hotel was really poor. That is the first time in my life that I have seen the hotel's breakfast with paper plates, paper cups, and with plastic knives and forks, which is really uncomfortable. The selection of food was poor. The only thing that we found okay was the waffle that you could make yourself out there, but the waffle was not like super delicious. It was just okay. The best thing that was there was the coffee. Their drip coffee was fine. But tomorrow we're having a breakfast in our hotel again, and I'm not looking forward to it. Another bad thing in that hotel is that we have seen that one of the workers of the hotel was a drug addict who was with us in the elevator. He was going around the hotel collecting the dirty towels, and all of his hands were covered in bruises from needles, and that felt scary. And I don't think that these kind of people can work in a hotel around normal people. That was my impression of Best Western. But our hotel room, I have to say, was quite tidy. So while we were in our room, we felt comfortable. The bed was nice, and we had a nice night of sleep out there. So if you have zero options where to stay in the area, I would say Best Western is okay. But I would strongly advise not to have breakfast there, and I would definitely advise you to come to Fairmont Hotel to have a lunch or to have dinner, because it's super delicious, and that is a great experience to be here in Fairmont. And as I already said before, Jasper town is really not worth the visit. It is a really small town, and it's not touristic, it's not charming. It's a regular town with really nothing to see. There are a few fast food chain restaurants, there are a few local restaurants which are not special at all. So I would prefer to spend time seeing the nature around, seeing the lakes and the animals, or spending time in a high quality place like Fairmont. As we are visiting Jasper National Park after visiting Banff National Park, I can already compare these two parks, and I would say that you will definitely need more time in Banff than here in Jasper. I think that in Jasper one night is going to be really enough, because the main thing about Jasper National Park is this wild nature that you have in here that is surrounding you all the time, and you don't have to go to really specific places to see this wild nature. We have seen 2 bears today, and that was just on the side of the road while driving around. We have seen 1 elk as well today. So that is what you are going to Jasper for, and you don't need a lot of time for this. One night is enough. The only lake that is famous here in the region is called Maligne Lake, and there is also Maligne Canyon next to it, which is just next to Fairmont Hotel. And also the lake that we have here in Fairmont Hotel is beautiful as well. In my opinion, it's not worse than the lake that is famous Maligne Lake. So that is definitely a beautiful view that you can enjoy during your stay. And I think I would advise that after spending one night in Jasper, you can go in the direction of Banff National Park, or you can go in the direction of Whistler. That's what we are planning to do, but it's quite far to go to Whistler from here straight away. It's better to have a stop somewhere on the road. We are planning to stop in Kamloops, and that is our plan for the nearest days. morning, everyone. Today we are starting our day in a town here in Canada called Kamloops or Kamloops. I'm not sure what is the correct pronunciation. This doesn't look like a very big town. We are staying here in the suburbs on next to the highway on our way to Whistler. We chose a hotel called Wingate by Wyndham here in Kamloops. This is a 4-star hotel and it is situated in the area surrounded by other hotels like Best Western and Holiday Inn. I think no, it's Quality Inn, and also there is a big shopping mall next to us which is called Aberdeen Mall. So this area is very conveniently situated next to the highway, so if you are on your way to Whistler or Vancouver, that is a great place to stay. But my impressions of this place are mixed because we arrived yesterday at around 4 p.m. and now it's already the morning, so I've had some time to make up my impressions. So yesterday the check-in process was very smooth here. We liked the room. It is okay. I think it's fine for a 4-star hotel. It felt clean, so everything was nice. Then we went to the mall and I was very pleasantly surprised by this mall that is next to the hotel, and I definitely really recommend you to go to that mall to eat out there and to spend your time out there if you have some free time while staying in this hotel, because there is a very good supermarket there, or big grocery store, the way people call it in here, that is called Fresh Market something. And this grocery store is full of not only like junk, bad quality food, but it also has good quality healthy food. It has lots of like healthy options to buy to eat, and also it's not only like a grocery store where you can buy not ready food, but they also have a section where you can buy yourself a soup or already prepared meal like some rice with chicken and eat it inside of the supermarket. They have really cute tables where you can comfortably sit and eat your meal. So that's what we did. I took for myself a soup there, which was a broccoli cheddar soup, which was quite delicious. You know, it's still not a soup that you will generally find in Europe. Soups in Europe are not as heavy. They don't put as fat cream and milk in there, so you feel lighter after a soup in Europe. Here even soup feels heavy, but it's better than a burger, which we keep on eating here all the time because we just don't have any options. So being able to have a soup was a nice thing. Yesterday I also had a croissant from their bakery. They bake their croissants in a supermarket and they're freshly made, really delicious. We also had a coffee there because they have a coffee shop inside of the supermarket. The coffee was okay. I would say that this is a typical Canadian coffee. It was fine. Generally the experience of the supermarket was really nice because it was super clean, beautiful. It felt safe, you know. After Calgary, we appreciate so much places where you feel just safe and calm, you know, peaceful. So that is our recommendation of Kamloops. And this morning we went to have breakfast here in the hotel because they have breakfast included for everybody in this hotel, and we expected to have a nice breakfast because we had a good impression of this hotel yesterday. By the way, what I didn't say is that their parking here is huge. They have lots of places outside of the hotel, and they also have the underground parking, which is free for you if you're staying in the hotel. So that is a nice thing. But when we went for breakfast today, we expected it to be nice because yesterday in Hinton our breakfast was really poor. We had plastic knives and forks which kept on breaking while we were trying to cut the waffles. So we just wanted to have a nice breakfast today. And when we arrived, unfortunately, the breakfast was almost the same as yesterday. I didn't find any options for myself except the waffle, so I had to have a waffle again. And they also had bagels which had an expiry date on them, which expired yesterday, so that wasn't nice. And again, they had everything plastic knives, plastic forks, plastic cups, plastic everything. So that was so terrible. Like, I would prefer to eat my waffle with my hands, even if I get dirty, than to try to cut it with a plastic knife, breaking it all the time. The coffee was really not good. I didn't even finish my cup of coffee. So I'm really looking forward to arriving to Whistler today and enjoying all of the delicious things that are supposed to be there, enjoying that town. In Whistler, we are going to stay in Four Seasons Hotel, which is hopefully going to be so much better than this hotel here. By the way, Kamloops doesn't have any 5-star hotels. So the 4-star hotel is the best that you can get there. We are staying here in a 4-star hotel. And well, I don't know, for Europe it's impossible to have plastic cutlery in a 4-star hotel, but we're not in Europe. We have to get used to what Canada is about. I am ready for the day. Hopefully today and maybe tomorrow are going to be the last days that I will have to layer lots of clothing on me, because when we arrive to Vancouver the weather is supposed to be really nice and I will be able to wear like tank tops and dresses. But for now I'm still wearing hoodies. Today I'm wearing my Ralph Lauren hoodie with a polar bear, with a cup of hot chocolate. It's making me feel really cozy. Yesterday when we were driving through Jasper National Park, and then after Jasper National Park there was another national park, I don't remember the name of it, but it was total wild nature and it was really cold there. It was 0 degrees Celsius and it was snowing. Everything was covered in snow around us, so we definitely needed layers of clothing. Like right now I'm wearing a tank top, a cashmere tank top from Intimissimi, then a cotton t-shirt, then a cashmere sweater from Uniqlo, and then a Ralph Lauren polo hoodie on top. So that is the way you have to dress in Canada, in Canadian mountains in the end of June. Anyway, let's start our day. Let's go to Whistler.